between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
On the tackle.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And 10 at the 25-yard line.
Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
The ball carrier
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them. And a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Seahawks' 23-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, Murray. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 7-yard line.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Tackle made back at the 10-yard line.
Shotgun now for Murray. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Fletcher Cox able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. We're scoreless after 1.
First quarter with no score. Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Here's Wilson. Screen pass to Lindsey. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Operating from the gun, Wilson looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Throwing again here, Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down.
At the 3-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Wilson will throw again. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Brooks. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Third down.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Murray.
He'll get this one to McFarland out of the backfield.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Murray to air it out again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. 2nd and 10.
On play action, it's Murray.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. On the return, Tremont Smith.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he'll hand this to Michel to get things started. He'll have a first. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switch. Kill. Friday.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
On the carry. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Open man, here's Foster. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Check 24, check 24. Double count right here, double count. Safety's creeping.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did.
Short of the goal.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Lindsey on the toss left. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Philip Lindsay with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On the ground is Michelle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
3 yards. It's now 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're running it. It's Michelle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
First down, Arizona.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
First and goal.
That one goes for 24 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Touchdown, Arizona.
Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's a big play for the Cardinals as they'll go for 2.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
From the gun, Murray. And And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an under.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
There on the tackle.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And it's Michel once again. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they will run it with Michel, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Cardinals 18, Seahawks 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Dancing to his... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me with him till I be.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also fourth down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Elsewhere across the league, fourth quarter action in Los Angeles. And a 2-touchdown lead for the Buccaneers as they've just scored again. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. On first down, Michel. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Scored Cardinals 18.
A great come from...